By the start of my senior year, nothing interesting had ever happened to me. Then, something finally happened.
What drew you to this project?
I had read the book and I thought that the story was really beautiful. I think I usually am not drawn to young love stories. I prefer, I guess, older. I mean, I'm not like young love stories, I think have a connotation of being cheesy, and I don't love like high school centric movies. I feel that you could put these characters, you could age them by 10 years and put them in a workplace and it would still be the same beautiful love story. It felt very universal.
Teen movies are an opportunity to make an impact on a young teenager's life. And right now, more than ever, I feel like mental health is definitely a huge issue amongst young brown people, especially at this time in our nation's unrest. And this movie is almost like a little sweet spot for you to know that you will get through it.
Someone that's young and in high school, they need to see that they're allowed to feel pain, and they should also see that they'll get through to the other side.
Just ask her what's going on.
Are you all right? I don't know, like how I'm supposed to help.
I'm messed up, Henry. I'm messed up. No, it's not when you realize you can't fix me.
Now, this movie addresses how painful and hard being a teenager and high school can be, but watching it, strangely enough, it also reminded me how wonderful and great that time can feel and how it's kind of magical compared to other times in your life. So if you had to pick, what's one thing you miss about being a teenager?
Going to bed knowing that my parents are asleep in the next room. I think it's a comforting thing to have your family around you when you're a teenager.
You know, I guess it's somewhat like a frightening thing to look towards your future, because you don't know, what's going to happen after high school or anything like that. But at the same time, like that wonder that you just described, there is that there. And that's really, I guess, a cool feeling.
So I went to boarding school, and we would just do a lot of freeing, silly things. Like on weekends, it wasn't like let's go to a party on weekends. We're like, do you want to build a pillow fort in the lounge and like watch a movie underneath it? Like we would do that in high school because that's what you do in boarding school.
I miss a lot about high school. I went to an all-girls public school in Spanish Harlem. I miss sisterhood. I miss what that represents.
Being young is so painful. It's almost too much to feel.
Both of your characters have crushes on each other and then end up in a relationship in the movie. How important do you think it is for today's teens to see that kind of LGBTQ representation in a movie like this?
Oh man, so important. I mean, especially the fact that we are two Black Latin women that you don't see often, that type of giggly, awkward, teenage love. You don't see that on our bodies. And so that for me was knowing that we could be part of that history of queer representation is like, it's amazing. It's something I wish I had when I was younger, and a lot of people wish they had.